What's going on, guys? So, with the open alpha, open beta, whatever you want to call it, coming out yesterday, I believe it was, about 6 o'clock UK time for the new Black Ops game, I thought I'd share my impressions of this, less than stellar game. I'm going to be completely honest with everything I say here. There are some good things, don't get me wrong, there are some really good things, but mainly bad things, and it's annoying because I so wanted this game to be Black Ops again, and it just isn't, and that is the biggest issue. So to start off with, I guess I'll go over the good things. The time to kill is actually pretty perfect. Like, I prefer this to Modern Warfare or anything else, and I like the fact that you now can see the sort of enemy's health bar above them, just to give you the idea of, you know, do you need just that one last shot in order to finish them, or whatever. And so far there's no stims or anything like that, which is great because Modern Warfare now is just kind of a stim clutch, who can get the stim off first. So yes, there is that. Then another good thing we do, the headshots in this game really do hurt, and so it actually feels good when you've done some body shots and then finish them with a headshot. You know, it is a good feeling, and it finally makes it feel like headshots are the way to go. Anything else good? I don't really know. I mean, the guns feel good. The sniping's really good. Certainly better than Modern Warfare's. It is, you know, the ability to quick scope and all that, but just overall, I just think it feels a lot better. You can actually zoom in less than 7.5 minutes now, so that's good. And I guess the last thing, the maps, the 4 or 5 we've been able to play on in this alpha are pretty good, other than Miami, which is like a nighttime map but just does not flow. I don't know what it is about that, I don't know if it's me or what, but that map has no flow to it whatsoever. It feels like you're constantly running around trying to find someone. But the rest usually have a pretty clear sort of middle, right and left lane in order for you to know where the fighting's at, which is great. I'm glad at least they're experimenting with both 3-lane maps and some more open maps. That's exactly what we want, so well done to them there. And that's all the good points. So in the first 2 minutes of this video, the good points are down. Now let's talk about some of the bad. So this game is honestly a clear rip-off of Modern Warfare. Now that sounds stupid. It's like, oh well, you know, they're both Call of Duty games. No. This is Modern Warfare, but with a Black Ops coat of paint put on it. And a kind of crappy coat of paint at that. Now, I don't know why no one like Drifter, Exclusive Ace, or any of the others that got to go to the early, or got to play it early, didn't say this, because I find it so obvious. But this game, honestly, it just feels like Modern Warfare, but with different maps. It's as simple as that. Everything about this is just Modern Warfare. Okay, the loading screens, for example, the creator class and all that. Let me explain. The gunsmith now, and the difference in creator class is literally as simple as, no longer does it bring up like it is on Modern Warfare, where you have your gun and it kind of goes to the area of the weapon you want your attachment on. Well, all they've done is slightly changed it now, so that the gun is still there, but it's now up on a wall, like hung on a wall, and you just pick them from like separate lists. But it has the same layout. The menus look almost identical, and like as soon as I opened the game, I was like, hold on a minute, this looks so similar, it's uncanny. Like, the main menu has your campaign multiplayer, you know, zombies, which in Modern Warfare would have been Spec Ops, and then store, and it is the exact same proportions and everything. It is like it is the same menu, but with Black Ops kind of imaging on it. It's absolutely ridiculous. And then to go even further, there's other things like the fact that, yes, this game has kind of got to comply with what Modern Warfare wants in a certain way, because they said that it was going to be connected in Warzone. I get that they had to kind of maybe stick with a certain aesthetic, Because obviously if this game was super colourful and then they wanted to put certain assets into Warzone and Warzone isn't colourful, it's going to look odd. So I understand aesthetic wise that this game is a lot more plain than other Black Ops games, and I can live with that. I'm fine with that. What I'm not fine with, though, is the fact that they've had to compromise on literally everything else. And I don't mean that jokingly, I mean everything. Field upgrades, for example, right? So, I don't know if they are called field upgrades in here, but the simple things like, one of your field upgrades is a bouncing Betty, or whatever it's called in Modern Warfare, okay? They're the same thing, they do the same thing. I get that now it's a field upgrade, but you can't just move something into a certain category and be like, well, it's new. You know, you can't just move a sniper into an assault rifle category and be like, well, it is a new idea. It's like, no, you've not invented or done anything different. You can't just move shit around and expect people to be like, wow, this is absolutely great. I'm surprised they did this. You know, there's a couple of things like the field mic, which is basically a really small UAV you can plonk down. Fine, that works for me, but the issue then is that by about 5 minutes into any game, the map is covered in field mics. And when I say covered, I mean covered. I mean, it gets to a point in certain games where I've got no space to put my field mic because there's so many in the way that it would just be pointless. Which is a big issue. You know, if from A to C is covered in UAV spots, there's no point. Another big issue is the new score streak system. As Exclusive Ace said, he thought it might sort of happen. When it gets to end game, everyone is pulling out choppers, RCXDs, and everything. Like honestly, in the last sort of when it gets to about 160 points, 170 points on one team, everyone starts using their score streaks because everyone's finally earning, you know, them. Even the people that haven't got kills that have just been doing a bit of objective time, they're earning their RCXDs, and so you then have about 2.5 minutes of everyone getting shot to high hell. And then you've got the issue with the rocket launchers. I don't know what they've done with the launch on this game, but I genuinely, I saw a chopper in the air, I thought, oh, I'll pull out a rocket launcher. It took like 4 or 5 shots. I ended up turning to my SMG and shooting it down instead. I found it easier and quicker. Why is it like that? If you're going to encourage people to use so many streaks at once and to get them easier, then why make the rocket launchers shitter? It does not make sense. There's a couple of other things as well. You know, we're not done here. We're not done. The UI looks so similar. So similar. The writing, yes, the writing is slightly different, but you know that the difference between Comic Sans and Aerial isn't spectacular. You know, the UI, you've got the grenades and the field, the field upgrade thing and the score streaks and just everything. It just looks the same. It is, honestly, it's Modern Warfare but on a shitter engine. Because the game doesn't run great all the time. There have been issues, but I get it's an alpha, so that could be alpha-related issues. That's fine. But just overall, the game needs... Well, I don't know what the game needs, to be honest with you. I was going to sit here and say that they should do this and that, but they fucked the game so far that it's gone past fixable. They've tried to stick with Modern Warfare's theme, and they should have just scrapped it off. I honestly think so. I don't know if they was forced to comply with it and to have Warzone there, or if it was their own choice. But this game would have been 100 times better if they just made it colourful, Black Ops 2 style again, crazy gameplay, and it could have absolutely outshone Modern Warfare. Could have absolutely outshone it, but they didn't, and you know, for me, it's ruined it. It may sound pessimistic, considering it's only an alpha, but it's a month away. They're not going to change the game engine. They're not going to change, you know, all they're going to change is maybe certain weapon balancing, fix a few bugs, and maybe some map spawns if there's issues found. But overall, it's just it's annoying. I don't know why no one else was talking about this before, because it is such a blatant, I don't want to say rip-off, but it's such a, well, it is, it's a blatant rip-off. It's like when you go on the App Store and, you know, instead of seeing, I don't know, Coin Master, you see Moin Master. And it's like, wow, this is new. This is definitely not the same thing, you know, and that's what's happened here. Hopefully the campaign is excellent, because at this point the only reason I see to buy this game is if the campaign is so good, you know, it's a 20-30 hour campaign that it hits you in the heart, and it's like, wow, okay, you're buying it then for that. And if the zombies is so excellent, then I will buy it. Then I'll be like, you know what, that part is worth it, and then I might crack on multiplayer every now and again. But as it is at the minute, this doesn't do anything that Modern Warfare doesn't, and that's a disappointment. And yeah, that's it. That's the video. I will leave you with whatever gameplay's on screen now. So I hope you guys enjoy, and you know, please let me know what you think. You know, am I just being a knob? Let me know in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching.
Domination. Secure the objective. Taking A. Alpha lockdown.
That was too close.
Losing B. Enemy spy plane inbound. We lost Bravo. Taking C. Charlie locked down. Losing Alpha. Securing Delta. Enemy has Alpha. Artillery targeting detected. Artillery inbound. They're dominating us. Go on the offensive. D locked down. Taking Charlie.
RCXD ready to deploy.
Charlie secure.
RCXD maneuvering.
Losing Delta. Securing Echo. We lost D. Echo locked down. Losing C. Securing Alpha. Enemy spy plane inbound. Securing D. Enemy took Charlie. Delta secure.
C4 armed. Field mic deployed.
Hostile spy plane established overhead.
Spy plane available for tasking.
Securing Charlie.
in the turn. We have eyes on.
Hostile artillery targeting active. Artillery inbound.
Plane fuel check, 50%.
Seed locked down. Enemy RCXD detected.
Priority
Losing
tasking
Charlie.
request received. Spy plane entering AO.
Arming C4.
Artillery targeting detected.
C4 located.
Netcall, incoming artillery. We lost
Shield
C.
mic has been destroyed. RCXD available.
Hostile artillery targeting active. Artillery inbound. Enemy RCXD detected. Taking Charlie. Losing Delta.
Deploying RCXD.
C secure. Enemy spy plane inbound. Securing A. Losing C. A secure. Enemy has Charlie. Enemy spy plane inbound. Securing C. C-trap. Enemy attack helicopter above. Losing Alpha. Losing D. Multiple enemy spy plane
Hostile
contacts.
expired.
Enemy took Delta.
Okay.
C locked down.
Member operates in artillery operations.
Multiple enemy spy plane contacts. Losing Charlie.
Sierra.
Taking D. We lost C. Multiple hostile spy planes detected. Enemy RCXD detected. D secure.
Activating field mic. Killed him.
Multiple hostile spy planes detected. Losing Alpha.
Stun grenade out. Arming C4.
Your field mic has
Losing
been
E.
destroyed.
Securing Bravo. Enemy took Echo. Bravo secure. Taking Charlie. Charlie secure. Losing
Spy plane
A.
standing by.
Losing Bravo.
TACOM, get me a spy plane.
Spy plane established overhead.
Enemy took B. Hostile attack helicopter inbound. Taking Bravo.
Spy plane mission timeline 50% executed.
B locked down. Taking E. Losing D.
Spy plane terminating overflight.
Artillery targeting detected. Net call. Incoming artillery.
He's down.
Enemy took D. Losing Charlie. E locked down.
C4 going out. Have eyes on C4.
Losing Echo. Taking Delta. Artillery targeting detected. Artillery inbound. Location secure. Maintain current posture.
Field mic is up.
Echo. Losing Delta. Losing Alpha. Enemy took A. Z-trap. Enemy attack helicopter above. Enemy spy plane inbound. Losing C. Losing B. Spy plane contacts. We've pulled ahead. Enemy took Charlie. Taking Echo. We're losing this fight. Losing Bravo. Securing C. E secure. Charlie locked down. Enemy has B. Enemy spy plane inbound. Losing C. Securing B. Отлично. Спецназ, you're pulling ahead.
Wasted him.
Targeting active. Artillery inbound. Taking B. Losing Charlie. Молодцы, разведчики. ГРУ, return to base.
Arming C4. Way to follow the script.